Hey everyone, I'm Greg Trzavosty with the Deepest Dream YouTube channel. For more movie and TV reviews and interviews, please like, comment, and share this channel. Thank you so much for your support. Now, specifically, The Winter King, a new MGM Plus series that debuts as of this recording today, Sunday, August 20th. I received the first 5 episodes, early access to it, binge watched them all in one day, straight right off the top. Excellent series, 4.5 stars out of 5. Highly recommend the show. There will be a couple of caveats that I have with this review. I'm not going to do a show-by-show breakdown, an episode breakdown, because first of all, that's spoiler material, and I want you guys to enjoy or critique it on your own. Just enjoy it with a sort of with an open mind. I don't want to detail all of the give out all the plot details behind even episode 1, okay? But I'll give you my general reaction on the 5 episodes and what I think of ultimately The Winter King. First off, if you want a story about Arthur, you're going to get it. And Ian DeCasticker as Arthur is very magnetic, very believable. You get to see him as a warrior, a fighter, a swordsman, and also, most importantly, as a tactician. What makes Arthur smarter than pretty much most everyone in the room? So you're going to get to see a little bit about the political intrigue, his strategies, what drives him as a person. So it's a very layered character. So when you look at The Winter King, sure, there's a lot of action. There's violence, not on the level of Game of Thrones as far as the goriness goes, but there's spears that go through bodies. There are moments where you might avert your eyes from the attacks in The Winter King. If you want that, the sword stuff and the sword play and the action, you're going to get it. But what drew me to this was the actual storytelling behind The Winter King. And Arthur is such an interesting character because you don't see him as an all-powerful individual. This is before he became King Arthur. So you get to see sort of the brains. Why is he several steps ahead of everyone in the room? Why is he outflanking or outmaneuvering his rivals or his arch enemies? And what happens when he captures his enemies? Does he kill them out of emotion or revenge? Or does he actually think the several steps ahead and look at it as a political long game for the safety of his country and for his people? So I thought Arthur is a very interesting character, and you get to see a lot of his character development from episodes 3 through 5. Now, the thing with The Winter King is, even though that's the name, the first 2 episodes, Arthur's in them, but not as much as you would think. So it's a little bit of a slow burn of a series where if you like the subplots that circle around The Winter King, you're going to be invested in throughout the entire series. If you're waiting for more Arthur, just more scenes with him for the first 2 episodes, you may be slightly disappointed. I was not. I really got to learn about not the incidental characters, the secondary characters. There's a person named Durfil. I believe his name is Durfil, played by Stuart Campbell. And he is a young person who is saved by Arthur on episode 1. And throughout the succeeding episodes, you see how he becomes mentored by different people like Merlin and Nimue, aka the lady, I believe the lady in the lake. He becomes they become sort of his mentors or colleagues, and he learns and he grows as a human being by just living within them in this area called Avalon, right? Avalon. So you get a little bit of that, and actually you get a lot of that. So if you like Durfil as a character, there's a good chance that The Winter King will be for you. There's also some character development of the Eddie Marsan character who plays the High King Uther. You get to see his interplay with Arthur, especially at the beginning, the first episode, where Arthur comes home with some tragic news with his father regarding a recent battle and the family dynamic. And you see Uther, the High King, he just banishes Arthur from the kingdom, never to be seen, well, for a while, until he comes back years later to claim his name, maybe claim the throne, or just vanquish his enemies. So Arthur is sort of the prodigal son, or in this case, quote unquote, the bastard son, banished, and he's prodigal, comes back years later he's come back home to actually save the kingdom, okay, so to speak. So yeah, this series, it has a lot of action, a lot of violence, but ultimately it hangs its hat on the storytelling structure. And what I found really cool about it was all of these players. I'm looking at some of these names. Owain, he is the best friend of Arthur, and he stays behind the kingdom. There's, of course, Morgan, who is his sister, and she has her own motivations regarding the throne and regarding keeping the Pendragon name alive. Of course, there's the aforementioned Merlin and Nimue. Again, Durfil's in it, and The antagonists in this series are also very interesting. Here's the thing: protagonist and antagonist, who you might think is good or bad, will be crowded or what is shrouded or covered in gray, because there's a lot of things that happen due to circumstance that a person you may think is shiny, clean, white as snow, pure, will he or she may make certain decisions that you might not agree with. And that might actually happen within a split second. And it might be tragic or heartbreaking or whatnot. What's great about The Winter King is, well, what's a cliche? There are no good guys or bad guys. Yeah, there are, but they are, each of them have different shadings to each other, different layers. And it's a very well written series. And I really love the breadth and the scope of The Winter King. Right now on IMDb, it currently has a 4.2 out of 10 rating. I feel that is ridiculously low, and would love to hear what you think about The Winter King. Again, Ian DeCasticker, if he does not pull off his performance as Arthur, this series, even with all the subplots and supporting characters, supporting players, it would sink. And he's great. He's great as a lead. I haven't seen him in anything else. He's very magnetic. He commands the frame. And when there are scenes with Arthur just looking off into the distance and thinking and pondering his next move, he is magnetic. Other people would not be able to hold that frame like Ian DeCasticker does. So, and everyone in this series actually deliver solid performances. You can actually picture that actor, that respective actor in their role. So it's well written. Action scenes are solid, and Ian DeCasticker is great as Arthur. Would love to hear what you think of The Winter King. How does it rank in your just pantheon, your viewings of the Arthurian legend? Is it right up there? And what do you think of? Yeah, tell me what you think so far. Again, I've seen the first 5 episodes. That would lead us into the first week of October. So overall, I can say, if you really want a ton of Arthur, don't fret. You will see it by episode 3. But until then, see if you enjoy the other circling stories behind The Winter King. Again, love to hear what you think. Comment below, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my Deepest Dream YouTube channel for more movie and TV reviews and interviews. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy The Winter King. Take care. Bye.